Well, this has been on my list for a long time to do, is to fix the power seat motor here in the green sea. And this is the transmission and solenoid assembly out of the green sea. I could not get reliable operation off of this solenoid. And I replaced it with another pack, and I still didn't have good operation, which means it's probably something in the slider up in here. Well, then it occurred to me, let's just swap out the whole coil pack and transmission. So this is out of well, I'm going to guess like a 63 Imperial. And, you know, it'll bolt right on because you're just taking the whole thing in. And when I say bolt right on, of course, the installation is a snugger because you've got 3 of these tubes that go up in here, and those 3 tubes then go back to the transmissions. And on reassembly, you got to do all 6 at once. You got to get these 3 in the back seated, and the 3 that go there up into the dark recesses. See, 1, 2, and 3. So you can hardly see what you're doing. Yeah, it's a job for patience. But patience wasn't here, so Bob had to do it. Anyway, one of the other things that was wrong with this, the cables. Come on. There. Look at the end of the cable. You see the wire had been damaged and unwound. Actually on several of them. There's a little bit of... So, I did a, hey Murray! And got new cables, installed them. Oh yes, and then Keith Boonstraw's recommendation for the lanolin-based fluid film. So, after quite a bit of time, we have nice operating seat. Try to do things one-handed. Well, glad to have that crossed off my list. Making some progress on the power seat tracks. It helps if you stand them up like this. Then you can get your lubricant down into the tracks. There's this channel. Come on. There's this channel right there. And there's a roller in there. Maybe there's more than one roller. Anyway, if you spray your solvent and lubricant in there, and things will start to loosen up. And I sprayed it enough so that it's going to come down the bottom. So I've got this one. I had full forward, full back. Right now it's full up, which the front is all the way up and the back is all the way up. And now the solenoids, it won't go backwards. So I imagine I've got a problem here in the transmission where something's sticking. Well, take progress where you can. Here's the power seat layout. Page 403 in the 57 manual. I've checked continuity. All the wires are definitely getting down here. And I've labeled. So, you got your yellow wire running the rear riser, which we know is working. And the green, they call it for the horizontal riser, which must mean fore and aft. So, if we want to go, let's say back, the switch tells the motor to run, I don't know, one way, and then the solenoid engages, and then the track moves. Let's say you want to go forward. The motor would run the other way, the same solenoid's going to engage, and you go the other way. So I've got a problem. We go back, which says the motor's working and that green solenoid engages. Now I want to go forward. The motor's running, but the solenoid, the same green one, doesn't. There it does. No, it doesn't. Why it should be one direction, I don't know. The third one down there, yeah, is the front riser. And I didn't get down to it to label it, but yeah. There's back riser all the way up. There's front riser. There's front riser down. So I would say we don't have any trouble. It's that one green horizontal solenoid that's giving me trouble. The page you need for information on your power seats is page number 123 under the electrical system. And tells you got a 6-way seat, which includes tilt. 6 wires go to the switch. And the switch looks like it's complicated, but it's really not. This is the wiring diagram for the switch. And you see the blue wire and the white wire. Well, those are the rotate one way, rotate the other way for the motor. And then the red wire under that word top is the feed. So you take those out of the equation and you only end up with 3 wires, the yellow, green, brown, that just run over to the solenoid pack. I've never taken a switch apart, but here's a picture of the inside contacts. And you can see that they are joined. Some are joined to others with wires. And apparently you've got 3 of these H-shaped. One would go in the center, because each one of those 3 buttons with the concave are power source. So one going in the center, and then it would contact the center 4, And the other two would be positioned up and down, and contacting those four. Aha! I remember that there was a diagnosis page for power seats, but it's not in the 57 manual, it's in the 58. Page 52 and 53 of the electrical system. Never mind the background noise. So I've been looking for power seat motors and transmissions and solenoid packs. Here's a set of bucket seats out of a 66 Imperial. I'll take them apart, but it sure looks like that's the same transmission that I was using in 57. Getting back into power seats. This is a 66 Imperial Coupe. I've got it hooked up. And let's just see. Let's just see what she does. Okay, I got four. I got aft. I don't have up. Although it's engaging. So I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to take off this power head and then compare it to the 57, see if I can swap. And I have another one that I can evaluate as well. This is the other one. Good fore and aft. Does the same thing up and down. So far I'm seeing just a very few minor differences. That's 57 to 9. This is the 66. This is a 66. You see how they've mounted the solenoid with two screws right here, and you don't have it on that one, but who cares? And one of the cables is attached on the back side with a screw retainer way down. Well, there you can almost, yeah. See this hole? That one right there is actually a Phillips head screw that retains that drive cable. And we don't have that. On this one, but I don't think you care. I thought I'd check the grease, and yeah, this one can use some fresh grease. After all, 1966 does go back. The rust on the solenoid is just on the external, so we'll freshen it up and wrestle with the reassembly. And here we run into a problem. You see the 66 has got a D drive shaft, whereas the 57 has a slot drive and a much different coupler. So I can't get that power head on here unless I change the motors too. Oh boy. Now I was able to swap in some of the 66 parts and get this thing back together Boy, getting these tubes is so tough because you can't see where they are way up in here. We force them. So, after a whole lot of hornswoggling, there's forward. There's reverse. Let's see if we've got down. Well, that was front down. There's front up. There's rear down. There's rear up. There's down. But I do have motion everywhere I'm supposed to. That doesn't happen every day.